Some people gamble with money. Some gamble with pride. But this woman never gambled with anything she was willing to lose. Her name was Eliza Crow. And in 3 counties, no one had ever beaten her. Cards, dice, even wagers spoken out loud. She never raised her voice, never cheated, and never lost.
That night, the tavern was louder than usual. Laughter spilled across the wooden floors, and coins clinked like they always did. Careless, confident, certain. That was when Tom Wheeler laughed. Not a cruel laugh, not an angry one. Just the laugh of a man who believed he would be beaten.
I see your bet.
He leaned back in his chair, looked around at the watching faces, and said what everyone else had been thinking. Luck runs out, he said. Everyone slips eventually. Eliza Crow did not argue. She didn't defend herself, didn't boast, didn't even look surprised. She only smiled, slowly. She placed her hand on the table. The room quieted, not because she demanded it, but because something in her calm made people stop breathing for a moment. Tom shuffled the cards. Once, twice, his fingers trembled, though he didn't notice. They didn't bet money that night. Money was easy to replace. Tom bet his horse, strong, fast, the only thing that ever listened to him. Eliza offered nothing in return, no coins, no papers, no promise. And still, Tom agreed. The cards were dealt, one by one. The tavern leaned closer. Lantern light flickered, time stretched thin. When the final card touched the table, Tom's smile disappeared. Eliza's never changed. She gathered the cards calmly, stood from her chair, and thanked him. As if he had done her a favor. Tom never spoke of that bet again. And the next morning, his horse followed Eliza Crow home. By morning, the story had already changed. By noon, it had grown. And by nightfall, no one talked about the cards anymore. They talked about Eliza Crow, about the way she sat so still, about the way she never rushed, about how she never asked what she would win. People came to see her for themselves. Not just gamblers, but farmers, merchants, women who had never touched a card in their lives. They didn't come to beat her. They came to test her. One man wagered his land, a narrow strip of soil his family had worked for 3 generations. Eliza listened. She nodded once. And when it was over, she handed the papers back. Not because he had won, but because she already had what she wanted. A woman came next, Mrs. Blake. She was proud, well-dressed, certain that confidence could protect her. She bet her house. Eliza didn't smile this time. She only asked one question. Are you sure? Mrs. Blake said yes. The room held its breath. When the bet was finished, Mrs. Blake sat frozen in her chair. Her house still stood. Her keys were still in her hand. But something in her eyes was gone. People began to notice patterns. Eliza never celebrated, never argued, never chased victory. She simply collected, and the people who lost to her started leaving town, quietly, without saying goodbye. Some swore they would return, none of them did. By then, no one was betting for fun anymore. They were betting because they couldn't stop themselves, and Eliza Crow was always waiting.
I won't accept anything less.
You have no choice.
There's always a choice.
Not this time.
Only one man never played. He just watched. Because he knew the truth. Eliza never gambled with money. She gambled with futures. Years later, Eliza was still young. And those who beat her were never seen again. Because the woman who never lost a bet never gambled with money. She gambled with what comes next. In the next story, I'll tell you about a town where no one ever left, because the road wouldn't let them.